Hi, my name is Pat Lapan. I am the founder of the Lapan Sunshine Foundation.
I think Nana Pat's legacy is that you can do anything that you put your mind to. You don't have to listen to the crowd. She was self-made. Nobody gave her a dime. She did it all herself. She earned it all herself. She gave it back herself, and she knew what life was about, that it was about making people better. Gosh, I can remember sitting with my mom. She never thought that you couldn't do anything you wanted as a woman, and she sort of proved that. So she grew up in the Bronx. She left home when she was 16 to go to nursing school. She met my dad in nursing school, got married, got pregnant, and they had no money, but they put together a little group of people to invest in stocks, and they'd all put in their $10, and then my mom became an expert in the stock market. She learned everything about it. She started developing real estate property, and she became a Cessna pilot. She'd get in her plane, put us in the back of the plane, fly up to the sites, and try and land the plane, which, sometimes took her 2, 3, 4 attempts to hit a runway, which we just thought was normal. She was, my mom was always like a giving person. So, she wasn't really a materialistic person. She wanted to give back. She decided to create a family foundation called the Sunshine Foundation. She started working with kids in Northern California who were going to college.
I guess I did it because I had a very, very difficult time coming from a financially needy family and trying to get an education.
So my grandma always believed that education was the most important thing. And I think it's because education was the way that she changed and bettered the circumstances of her own life. And she really believed that that's how other people could do the same thing.
And one of the things she realized is that you have to start early. I guess initially she started with people in high school, but she felt that was too late. You really have to start with kids at the junior high level, get them that early, and so that they can be prepared to take on the challenge of college. Her main focus was $50 for every A, and kids would always say, "Why are you doing this?" And she always said this: "The only expectation I have of you is that someday, when you make it, you'll turn around and you won't forget where you came from. And that you will help at least one other person." Our foundation has expanded on that quite a lot. We're building in a heart of service to the kids.
By the time I met her, her mission and purpose was to make sure that all of the hard work that she had done and that the money that she had amassed was going to be used for something purposeful in life. Her vision was that the kids would achieve success, but come back and work in their community and build up the community. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our best and brightest and set them loose.
We realized really quickly that you couldn't just give money. And so we learned really quickly we had to get the families involved. We started the soccer program, so parents would start coming to watch their kids, and they'd start saying like, "Hey, what are you doing? What is this all about?" We created other kinds of programs to get the students into our center and start valuing education. One of the keystones of our program is mentoring. We created a mentorship program where students in 6th grade would get mentored by students who were sophomores in high school, and they would stay together and get mentored for 3 years. The high school students are tasked with helping the middle school students improve their grades. We now have over 12 after-school programs. We've expanded how students can use funds to include trade schools and technical schools. But all of those programs are to get kids with different interests into our clubhouse.
We bring the kids in with therapy animals or soccer or gardening and good snacks, but then, they feel loved, they feel accepted. It's a place where they want to come back to. And then it's a place where our families understand that, it's a place that they can trust. It's about coming to a place where they belong, where they feel like, they're a part of something, and that's why the clubhouse is truly so special.
The idea started with $50 for every A, but it's expanded to so much more. Now the students can earn money for community service, for their mentoring. We now have the clubhouse and our beautiful greenhouse, and we've created the Leadership Summit. Our center is a second home for so many of our students, and we have now students who are returning. Some of the students in our program now are the kids of some of our students 20 years ago.
It's hard to hold all the ways we've grown. So that's where we've really expanded this program now. That's why it's so much bigger than where it began, and I know that Nana would be so proud of what we're doing today. Education is gonna give them that opportunity to get up, to get to the next level, so that way they don't have to get out, but then they come back to Tucson, they come back and they change their communities, they come back and they teach at their local high school, they're superintendents in our neighborhood. We have students sitting on our board now, and that's how this ripple effect keeps going. And that's where we are today. The job just got too big for one family, which is why in 2024, it became its own 501c3. It's something that needs the help of this entire community, the city of Tucson, Southern Arizona, for us to continue to carry on this legacy that's truly grown bigger than us.
We can continue to support these students to attend college, to enter the career field, to become as successful as they want to be, and to raise up all of South Tucson. I was in the first cohort of the Lapan program back in 2005, and I had the honor of knowing Nana Pat personally. This organization helped make my education possible, and their mentorship helped me change the trajectory of my career. I went into education myself in part because of what I saw happening at the center. Now 20 years later, I'm the superintendent of Nosotros Academy. I'm a donor to the clubhouse and serving on the board of directors. It's an honor to be able to give back in this way, to be part of something that is helping so many students, really doing the work of changing lives, and to help lead this organization into the future. Nana Pat made a promise to this community, and together we will continue to keep that promise.
When you're all finished, I hope you're going to get some nice pictures of me instead of picking out the worst.
When she died in 2012, she asked me to make sure that I kept Wakefield and the Sunshine Foundation going. Everything that is now is like an outgrowth of what she started, even though it's taken its turns, she's still the root of it.
Lucy, you've been wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
We've been doing this for over 20 years. This kind of care and attention works. My hope is that 20 years from now, long after I'm involved, the work she set out to do is still making a difference, still helping these kids be successful, whatever that means to them.
We will continue helping kids get through college who need financial assistance.